many of you guys ate plastic for breakfast this morning? Anybody? Yeah? That's good? All right. Might seem like an absurd question now, but maybe after learning a little bit about the Great Pacific Garbage Patch, you'll understand why I asked it. You also might learn a little bit about what we consume every day and how that has an effect on our environment. I'm majoring in sustainability at Arizona State University, and through my journey in majoring in sustainability, I've been able to attend lectures, film screenings, and environmental festivals. Probably one of the most important things I've learned through those events was about the Great Pacific Garbage Patch. Understanding the location of the Great Pacific Garbage Patch is pivotal in understanding exactly what it is. So if you notice here, in between the US and China and Japan, right in the middle of the Pacific Ocean, is what they call plastic vortex. That's where the Great Pacific Garbage Patch lies. And what that really is it's an area of current in the ocean that wraps in a circular motion, much like a bathtub when you take the drain out or when you flush the toilet. And in the middle of that is a group of islands called the Midway Atoll. The Midway Atoll islands act as a comb in the middle of the ocean, so they're sticking out of the surface, and everything that swirls around everything on top of the ocean surface that swirls around gets collected by those islands and onto the beaches. U.S. Fish and Wildlife Services estimate that 71% of Laysan albatross population resides on the Midway Atoll. These are great big seabirds that look like a seagull, which can be annoying, but they're bigger, they have a giant wingspan, they're really cool birds. There's also marine life that surrounds the island, coral reefs, and of course, different variations of the albatross. So now that we know where this is, we can take a look at exactly what it is. Sadly here you can see an albatross. In its belly you can see bits of plastic. In the documentary Plastic Paradise, directed by Angela Sun, she shows us that everyday items like shoes, toothbrushes, computers, toys, all these things are in our world's oceans right now. All these things float around on the surface, eventually getting caught in that current that we talked about. These larger pieces are getting broken up by waves, they get trapped on the beach and become little shards. Those little shards, as you can see, easily edible by the albatross and other marine life. You can see there's a lighter, there's no computer here, right? But probably some of these pieces of plastic, maybe they were a computer at one time. They were something, definitely, and got broken up and eaten by the albatross. Fishing nets are also a huge part of the Great Pacific Garbage Patch. They come off of ships when they're no longer able to be used, and fishermen just discard them in the ocean. What happens then is they get trapped in this current that we're talking about, right, where this patch resides. Act like a tumbleweed, floating tumbleweed. As it floats around the ocean surface, the bottom of the net snags coral off the bottom, killing the coral and having a detrimental effect on the marine ecosystem there. So obviously people aren't just throwing away their trash in the ocean. Well, maybe the fishermen, but nobody's dumping their trash off a pier and driving home. So how is it getting there? Plastic by nature is lightweight. It's lightweight and it's almost deconstructible, right? So it gets blown out of landfills, blown out of trash bags, blown onto the beach, maybe into the ocean, finding its way eventually into these currents. These currents carry it closer and closer to the midway, crashing onto the beach, becoming easily edible by fish and marine life. It's also extremely hard to pick up. So now knowing what we know about the Great Pacific Garbage Patch, we know the location of it, we know its contents, and we know how those contents got there. If you guys would like to know anything more about the Great Pacific Garbage Patch, I suggest you watch the documentary Plastic Paradise, where you can learn many things. Much like the company Ego Watch tells us there, that estimated billions of pounds of plastic have made their way in our world's oceans. Thank you very much.